Hello, sixth graders, and happy Tuesday. You did an awesome job on your division problems yesterday. Today we're going to use what we learned yesterday and solve some division problems that require us to make decisions with our quotients and remainders. Let's dive right in. I know you're going to do it, and so does Mr. Smiles. Today he's given you 2 thumbs up. Let's start with an example problem. A carpenter has $59 to buy wood. If each piece of wood costs $5, how many pieces can the carpenter buy? In this problem, what's the dividend? What's being split up? $59 is being split up. What's the divisor? What are we dividing by? We're dividing by 5. We're seeing how many groups of $5 are in $59. So let's start by solving our division problem. Where would I start dividing? 5 tens or 59 ones? I'm going to start with 5 tens. How many times does 5 go into 5? It goes in 1 time. What's 1 times 5? 1 times 5 is 5. Now I can subtract. What's 5 minus 5? It's 0. I can bring down my 9 to start my division in the ones place. If I split 9 ones across 5 groups or into groups of 5, how many will there be? How many times does 5 go into 9? It goes in 1 time. What's 1 times 5? It's 5. What's 9 minus 5? 9 minus 5 is 4. So my answer is 11, remainder 4. Let's talk about what that means in the context of the problem. I split $59 into groups of $5. I have 11 groups of $5 with $4 remaining. That means I can only buy, or the carpenter can only buy, 11 pieces of wood. The 4 remaining dollars are not enough to buy another piece. So the answer to this question is just 11. Sometimes we'll need to do more than just keep the quotient. Let's look at another example. There are 56 students at a concert. If there are 6 seats in each row, how many rows will be needed for all the students? First, what's being split up in this question? What's the dividend? 56 students are being split up. What's the divisor? What am I dividing by? It's 6. We're dividing 56 students into rows of 6. Let's do that division problem now. Should I start dividing with 5 tens or 56 ones? I should start with 56 ones. I don't have enough tens to split them into a group of 6. How many times does 6 go into 56? 6 goes into 56 9 times. What's 9 times 6? It's 54. When I subtract, there are 2 left over. So, let's think about what our answer means in the context of problem. There are 9 full rows with 6 students and 2 students left over. 9 is not enough rows to seat all of those students. There would be 2 more students left over. So I need 1 more row for those 2 students. The answer is 10 rows. 10 rows would be needed to seat all of the students. 9 full rows and 1 extra row for those last 2 students. There's one other way that we might interpret the remainder. Let's look at a last example problem before you start to try some on your own. James has 27 baseball cards. He puts the cards into an album with pages that hold 4 cards each. How many cards are on the last page? What's being split up in this problem? What's the dividend? It's 27. What's the divisor in this problem? It's 4. 27 cards are being split into groups of 4. Would I start dividing at 2 tens or at 27 ones? I would start with 27 ones. I don't have enough 2 tens. I don't have enough 10s to split them into a group of 4. How many times does 4 go into 27? 4 goes into 27 6 times. What's 6 times 4? 6 times 4 is 24. How many will be left over? There will be 3 left over. Let's think about what our answer means. There are 6 full pages with 3 cards left over. So 3 cards will go on the last page. In this kind of problem, I use the remainder as my answer. So there are 3 options. I'll either use the quotient, add 1 to the quotient, or keep the remainder. Let's look at some more problems. There are 55 skiers in line to ride a chairlift. If each chair seats 7 people, how many chairs will the skiers need? First, what's being split up in this problem? 55 skiers are being split up. What's the divisor? It's 7. The skiers are being split into groups of 7. Go ahead and solve that division problem now. Enter your quotient and remainder in the box. The quotient is 7 and the remainder is 6. That means there will be 7 full chairs with 6 skiers left over. So how many chairs will be needed for all of the skiers? In this case, I need to add 1. 8 chairs will be needed for all of the skiers. Let's do another example. Alexander has 40 chocolates. He places them in boxes that each hold 6 chocolates. How many boxes can he fill? What's the dividend in this problem? What's being split up? 40 is being split up, 40 chocolates. What's the divisor in this problem? It's 6. The chocolates are being split into groups of 6. Go ahead and do 40 divided by 6 now. 40 divided by 6 is 6, remainder 4. There are 6 full boxes with 4 chocolates left over. So what's the answer to our question? How many boxes can Alexander fill? He can fill 6 boxes. He doesn't have enough chocolates to fill a 7th box. Let's do one more together before you try 3 on your own. Kyle is sharing 35 pieces of candy with 4 friends. He will keep any leftover candy for himself. How many pieces will Kyle keep? What's being split up in this problem? What's the dividend? 35 is the dividend in this problem. What's the divisor? It's 4. He's letting 4 people split the 35 pieces of candy evenly. Go ahead and divide 35 divided by 4. Enter your quotient and remainder in the box. The answer is 8, remainder 3. Each friend will get 8 pieces of candy, and Kyle will have 3 left over. So how many pieces will Kyle keep? He'll keep the remainder, or 3 pieces of candy. Now you try one all on your own. A group of 21 students gets to go on a helicopter ride. If each helicopter holds 6 students, how many helicopters should the group plan to use? Here the group should plan to use 4 helicopters. When I split 21 students into groups of 6, I have 3 full groups with 3 students left over. I would need 1 extra helicopter to hold those last 3 students, so the answer is 4. Try another. Mario has $37 to buy snacks. Each snack costs $5. How many snacks can he buy? The answer here is 7. If I split $37 into groups of $5, there are 7 groups with $2 left over. Those $2 aren't enough to buy an 8th snack. So, Mario can buy 7 snacks. Try one last problem. A summer camp has 40 campers. Each table in the cafeteria seats 6 people. How many tables will be full at dinner time? 6 tables will be full at dinner time, and 4 students will sit at the last table. 4 isn't enough to fill a 7th table. You've done a great job on this video. Now it's time to go to IXL, choose 4th grade, and choose skill E5. Remember, these are the skills that are going to help us be ready for our upcoming 6th grade unit. Do a great job on IXL.